And so another day in the subnautical life of Nautica the Sub begins. Welcome all, welcome. I am EnviroBoy. You can call me Scott, and wonderful, magical, water-laden town of ours. We're playing Subnautica, as you can guess by the number of Subnautica-themed puns to open things with. It's joyful and wondrous in its own way. We can just dive in. I don't know that there's any further intro. Last time we were playing this game, we were spending time exploring, and largely that's what we'll continue to do, because we're kind of at a loss of anything else to do right now, so we can go. Wait, do we have spare water and everything? Yeah, we can just kind of leave. No, that's not what I meant to do. And with that, we just want to enter the sea moth.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
And so the exploration proceeds, and away we go. Perhaps today we'll travel east and see what exists over there. According to our treasure map of glory, some might call it the treasure map of cheating. I call that ignorant and also just plain judgmental, and we don't need that in our lives here. We're gonna see if we can find ourselves some form of beautiful, wonderful life pod that is allegedly floating somewhere around here, presumably. You can see around here, largely to our west. We keep heading almost exactly this direction. We can see this looks like a something or other. Oh, it's just one of those big floaty guys. There's a couple of them just hanging out. I mean, good for them. They're happy and proud and noble in their own rights, and I suppose that's pretty cool for them, but also not very helpful for us. There's allegedly a life pod somewhere. No, not in this direction. We turned too far. Somewhere around here, presumably, there would be a life pod afloat, or under the water, under the sea, all Sebastian-like. Oh, we have something here. What's this? Perhaps this can help us find our bearings about what we're finding. There's some sort of wreckage here. Who knows if there's anything beautiful and worthwhile finding here. There's nothing to do but explore and try to see what we can find. After all, what the heck else are we gonna do? The game has not given us any recent radio transmissions or anything like that, so we're just kind of left with the nature of exploring and swimming around and seeing what we find. And truthfully, such joyous activities as treasure hunting, as though some wanton combination of both a space and a regular type pirate. We live our lives now, exploring for goods that don't have a value in any sort of, piracy marketplace. It's not like we can go find a pawn shop to sell things, but perhaps we'll find things that have their own intrinsic values as we search around. Or maybe as we search around here in particular, we'll find absolutely nothing of note or interest because this game hates us and doesn't want us to find anything exciting and fun. It's hard to say what the motivations are of an inanimate object such as a game. Perhaps the game... Oh, wait, repair tool. That's what it wants to do. Where's the repair tool? Which one of these is the repair tool? I can't... Yeah, repair. That's the one. The one that says repair is likely the one that will offer us repair tools, although sometimes it's understandable why such presumptions would seem too obvious and not worth following up on, because, who would make it that easy, right? See, as always, just the wanton, random cargoes left behind. Not even anything to scan, huh? It's just makes us explore and open doors just for the sake of doing it. Oh, wait, here we go. We can probably find something here. Hold on, where's anything with a light? This has a light. We can follow this. How are we doing on oxygen? We're probably okay. Probably. Maybe, maybe not. But who knows? What's here? Nothing. This door openable. No, it would appear it's not. It would appear that we have, again, simply found ourselves inside someplace that won't provide anything of any note to us, and will largely just leave us sad and disappointed. Sea glide fragment, huh? What a tremendous discovery that is, and when we say tremendous discovery, we mean a tremendous waste of our time. Alack and alas, such is the way things go sometimes when you try to just trust a game to provide you happiness. After all, it is nothing but a game. It doesn't have senses or a sense of caring about us in any way, shape, or form. It simply exists, and it is up to us to ascribe value, importance, and meaning to it. You can see all kinds of stuff here. This is probably not exactly what we're looking for. So we will return there at some point in time. However, it seems prudent at this juncture for us to think about perhaps finding something of a bit more of a weaponistic means for us to utilize in explorations, because as we hear the angry rumblings of the horrible creatures that have eaten us before, we need not fear death in this game. Death is nothing but an inconvenience to laugh at, as we have mastered it and find ourselves largely capable of not being bothered by it, because we can just, kind of recreate ourselves without any issue. What is this? Is this what we're looking for? Perhaps it is. Yes, indeed it is. This is exactly what we're looking for here. This is a much more approachable amount of salvage for us to explore and see what the crap we can find. Because until we can absolutely blast and frag the crap out of some other creatures, horrible monsters that would try to consume us, it's perhaps best for us to find things a little less, oh, here we go. A little less dangerous and deadly. And open the data box. Find data. See if that gives us anything. Nope, absolutely nothing of value was found in here. Nothing of value, only a tremendous waste of time. Oh, wait, here we go.
To any Altera crew.
Okay, we can find this and see what it says.
Landed in area of significant alien activity. Encountered predators of the Leviathan class, highly aggressive. Spectroscope scanner assigned species designator Reaper. One specimen attempted to swallow the life pod, doing extensive damage in the process. Only viable option is to make for the safety of the Aurora crash site. I have retrieved a data box with the creature decoy and enough resources to fabricate a couple of them. The swim's longer than the decoy lifetime, but it should just be enough to keep them busy. If you don't find me on board the ship, presume I miscalculated.
And so, we have heard from this random person their attempts to decoy and distract and just largely ignore. Wait, hold on a second. How do I forget sometimes? No, not that one. We need the scanner. There we go. That's what we need. Scanner. It's been a moment since I played this game, which means I'm confused as crap as I'm trying to explore. We can pick up ourselves some metal salvage. Why not? We're here. Somewhere around here we'll presumably find a chunk of decoy that we can scan and find answers from and for or whatever. Allegedly, there continues to be a creature somewhere around here. What do we have here? Propulsion cannon. Doesn't really do much for us. We already have that one. No, we don't need the propulsion cannon. Perhaps it was a ruse. Just some wacky, goofy lie to us to make us think that we would find interesting. As always, who could say what the motivations of a place or a game such as this would be? But we can continue to search and hope that we find meaning. We found very little of value from that man's ramblings. The mad ramblings of a mad man, and of course I do have license to say that because it takes one to know one and all those types of things, but At any rate, this is a barren and terrifying place, so let's return to the butt moth and figure out where to go next. It's impossible to know exactly where we should go next, because none of these things are really all that clear or helpful to us as we're trying to figure out what on earth is of value to us. We can kind of keep going, and presumably getting on the ship would be a benefit to us. But in terms of what we can actually find and accomplish in here, how do we get in here? Who knows? Who knows? Perhaps, though, we should explore it. We have many means to do these types of things, after all. And after all, we need not worry about death. What is death to us other than just, a mild inconvenience? We can avoid death while, driving a vehicle such as this, then that's fine, but, until we accomplish that, then, until we experience death, then we can just kind of go on living. Defiantly, determinedly living, as creatures of life often do. We'll explore around here and see if there's any way in. I mean, there's got to be a way in, right? Why would they give us a shuttle with no reasonable way in? Oops. The rumblings are upsetting. We have upset the gods. The gods have been angered by our arrogance and our presumption that we could approach this, but oh, there it goes. Alright, so perhaps it is best for us to get the crap out of here for now. We can feel the rumblings and see the insanity, and I'm getting the crap out of here, man. This is actually kind of intimidating and scary as crap. I think I might want to make some of those torpedoes or something along those lines so we can so we can bust things up and actually get in there properly. Maybe that is our goal, is just to be able to safely enter these things or something. It's all horrifying and terrifying and just the worst, man. So perhaps. You know what? No, I was about to get brave, but we're not going to get brave. Of course we're not going to get brave. That'd be a horrible idea, because getting brave is how we get ourselves dead. Getting ourselves dead is a good way to get ourselves lost, to lose the butt moth, and that would be probably the worst thing that we could do. This thing is such a key and essential item for being able to travel places and have freedom of motion, and golly, if that isn't just like a hallmark of freedom in general, the freedom to just move wherever you want and do whatever you want. We're still hearing all kinds of weird, wacky noises, man. This is intimidating as crap. This is getting weird, and I'm not sure I like it, but also I don't know what else to do right now. I'm frankly a little turned around and confused. We see the light explosions of weird creatures, electrical beasts, and thermal vents of all kinds of nonsense and everything. Wait, hold on. Where's that vent? Stop. Leave me alone, you wacky thing. Alright, hold on. I want to go over this way, actually. What are you? Oh, I thought you had long tails or something. Man, you guys move weird and you make weird things in the water, and everything's just getting all kinds of creepy and freaky and all kinds of nasty freakazoid underwater crap, man. Hard to keep track of what's safe and what's not. There's that guy. That guy's freaking out over here, man. Get out of here. Get out of here. There's nothing for you to eat here. It's just metal. There's no way you're designed to... There's no way you've been naturally selected to consume metal, manufactured stuff. Get out of here, man. Oh, man, he's territorial as all get out. Oh, jeez, we could probably learn a little bit about just, having the courage to do stuff, from this guy. But in terms of actually making good, strong, smart, well thought out decisions, I feel like perhaps he's a little missing the mark there. With all of this, I'm just gonna attack everything. What's he got to gain from you? There's no way his stomach can handle metal. It's ridiculous. It's like me trying to be that Guinness World Record guy that eats a whole plane or something. It's great for the discussions and being able to say that you did it, but in terms of actually being something worth accomplishing, it's kind of man, why would you bother doing that? It doesn't make any sense to anyone at all. Just nonsense. You're just doing ridiculous things. Anyway, I'm gonna go explore this stuff over here, and then we'll think about heading back to base for a minute so we can reassess where we're at and what's going on with everything. See the electro fools. Oh god, he's coming. They're still coming for us. Okay, all right, you know, we gotta get out of here, man. I gotta get out of here, and I gotta build something to, like, actually, like, secure myself. Like, we definitely need weapons. We have the ability to shoot these things, but we gotta actually have the things to shoot at them. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go make the shoot-ems so we can actually survive around here and do something useful for once. Like, oh my god, like, I'm just sitting here panicking at all times anymore, and it's not functional and not effective and makes for poor TV, to say the least. And that's, you know, not really something I'm that concerned about. I'm mostly just having fun here to amuse myself. But at the same time, as we say all of that, you just have to, you know, endure these things. And mostly I'm just trying to amuse myself, you know, as I get through life, comfortably settling into my own habits and forms of finding joy. Go after that camera and see what the deal is with that. I wonder if there's something valuable and important to find there. Might be something worth doing, because it's just sitting there. Otherwise, the water turns green as we go to places that still seem wildly unfamiliar, because we just really haven't gone this direction to explore anything. You know, whether that's a good thing or not is kind of beside the point. But we're gonna continue to explore, and we'll just keep trying. Just keep trying. Isn't that a motto of life for all of us? Just enjoy life and just keep trying. So we can come over here as we watch creatures consume my hard-earned catches by having invented something, like, and that might seem facetious to a certain degree. Like, obviously I haven't worked that hard for these, but also at the same time, like, why should the random predatory creatures just come over and have all this, like, free food from me? Like, they didn't go through the trouble to find the materials and invent a gravity well that captures all kinds of fish and everything nearby. Like, back off, man. That's my work there.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Like, you don't deserve it. You never deserved it. You never worked hard a day in your life. That's perhaps maybe a little dismissive. They're like fish living in a horrible wasteland or whatever, and like it's a struggle to stay alive probably, but also at the same time, that's all of our ancestry, and the hard work is just the hard work of my genes, having been born of a creature, born of a long line of human ancestors that worked hard to stand on each other's shoulders. The mere existence and consciousness is in and of itself a form of generational wealth that goes so unappreciated by so many people, mostly because we just get complacent about stuff. But also, I'm not perfectly sure what I'm talking about anymore. So we can grab that, and we'll just grab a couple of these, because they'll also give us a little bit of water and get us up there. Like, okay, so we have the camera drone, controllable camera. I don't need that. I'm gonna just put that in our manufactured things. It's honestly just taking up space. Let's make ourselves the metal stuff here, and just so we can clear out the titanium. It's definitely a much more efficient use of space when we do that. That'll be great, having all of the titanium lumps and clods and everything. Now we've got our stuff, and we can just go put all that's really all we got. It's just like 8,000 pounds of titanium, which is, like, you know, probably useful, but also, holy crap, there's a lot of random stuff that we don't need. All right, let's go find what we need for our missiles. And so that way we can truly become gods of this world. Gods who giveth, and gods who taketh away. And perhaps the giveth is a strong descriptor of us. We haven't giveth in much at all. So the gas and gravity distortion. Okay, so if we need titanium and magnetite, or titanium and what was it? It was a gas pod? Oh god, okay, well, if I want to find gas pods, I gotta figure out where those things come from. But magnetite would be pretty sweet too, so we could just make gravity bombs and whatnot. Either way, we could create stuff. Dang it, I don't have any of the... Okay, we need magnetite, or we have gas pods in here. We have Nothing of the sort by the looks of it. Nope, not a single thing. Not a single thing would constitute as a gas pod. Can we make ourselves... I wanted to make the interior modules. We need... making the interior pieces, the alien containment. We still need more things to make the alien containment. Okay, well. We have nothing. We have nothing of value here. Okay, so I need to find where we can search for some magnetite and try to figure out where that can be found and harvested, because we need a crap ton of that. And also we could use all sorts of gas pods and stuff too. Looks like magnetite's only in the deep places. We have to go like super far north and face all kinds of dangers and stuff, which is just typical. You know, that's just isn't that just how it always goes? If we want gas pods can be found, presumably somewhere right around where we are. Whether that's accurate or not is hard to say, but we'll keep our eyes peeled for it. And for now, I guess we can just go searching for things as the world turns and everyone wonders what the crap I'm doing and what's the point of any of this. Let's go north. We'll go north and see what we find. As the fruit fly dazzles and dances in front of my face, one of the fattest, tiniest little fat things you've ever seen. Not as an insult, just as a recognition of how weird those little guys are. It reminds me back of the days of scientific classroom activities when we're at a colony for our own amusement. Colored and wrote down the colors of their eyes and, you know, just generally speaking, learned something that could probably be done with, you know, like could be learned just through the process of studying what other people have done and understanding the concept of how a gene, you know, demonstration box works and all that kind of stuff. But also at the same time, perhaps the value of actually having done it and seen it for itself is exactly the benefit they were looking for, because it helps us understand the reality of what the world of biology and science is like, rather than constantly questioning things to the point of, you know, conspiracy and disbelief of what people tell us when they're all like, hey, we got like millions of people dying from this disease. You should probably do this to avoid it. You know, basic everyday things like trusting reality and all of that. Sometimes one must see things with their own eyes, and sometimes one might even be too far gone for that, in which case it's, you know, tragic but a reality. At any rate, we're here looking for magnetite. Heading straight north, trying to find where that stuff would be. If the island is over there, and probably go kind of in this direction and see if we find ourselves an island. We're over the depths, the deepest depths of deep, dark, detrimental decay and desire for dancing on desert. I'm out of D words. The alliteration was fun, but it quickly became too much for my meager little brain to try and handle. Where the crap am I, man? I'm like way out in just the middle of nothing. Where the heck is anything at all? Oh God, we're splatting fish. Okay, hold on. Here we go. We found. Oh, okay, there we go. There's the island of misfit toys here, and so presumably somewhere around here we can find some magnetite. So let's get ourselves closer to the ground and see what we find as we look for like the weird. Oh God, there's like a bunch of them here. All playing like, you know, like keep away of this place is ours. You don't belong here. Found a purple tablet. I don't know if this thing will be of any use to us anymore. Perhaps leave it and see. No, get out. Stop.
Passing 100 meters.
Grab the purple tablet, whatever.
Decreased.
Maybe that'll be worth something for us. No, stop. Why do you keep doing these things? Just get in the seam off, you psycho. Sitting here with like teleporting beasts all over the place, and you're all like, maybe we'll just open up the torpedo bay. The thing that we know is empty, man. Like, just quit wasting our time. We're trying to survive and accomplish stuff here, and that's really hard to do if you just keep getting distracted doing weird stuff like that, man. We gotta find this magnetite. It's gotta be down here somewhere. Maybe it's in here. Okay, that one I'll admit is on me. I pressed the wrong button. I didn't mean to do it. Oh God, what is happening to me? Okay, alright, we're okay. Though these aren't mineable rocks. These are just regular old rocks. Okay, well. I also see a big giant creature that's probably gonna try and eat me if I stay outside of it, and Where did it go? Yep, there it is. Wonderful. Wonderful. We see the giant creature ready to consume us and eat us and make our days just generally worse. So perhaps we go somewhere else and see what we can find. Perhaps, and more perhapses. Because we've got nothing else that we can do. Maybe over here. What do you have? Lead. Silver. Useless. Nothing of value. Nothing that we need or want. As we search for the magnetite, maybe it'll be in this type of rock. Maybe this is a different rock that we can still mine. Nope, just a lithium rock. Absolutely nothing of value as we continue to obsess over the torpedo pods. Why is that thing even openable from the outside? That seems psycho. Like, you could just pry that open with your little fingers. It seems really dangerous, you know? Like, just being able to access that just, like, wantonly without having to have some sort of, you know, like, interior safe mode that has to be, like, activated or deactivated or something. Like, who would do that? Who would design it that way? That seems wildly unpopular and unuseful. Dangerous, to say the least. Alright, well. Continuing to search. Perhaps finding these things will require more, Oh, stop. Dang it. What do we have here? Cyclops engine fragment, huh? Well, perhaps we scan this and see if there's anything to gain from it. Nope. Only materials that we actually have, like, way too much of anyway.
Passing 200.
So it happens, and so it shall be. Diamond, well, that's useful in its own right, I suppose. Lead. At least we're finding things that aren't super common as we wander around. This unhelpful, unsuccessful trip to mine things. Look, man, I just want to be able to blow stuff up. Can't you just give me some stuff, man? I'm trying to engage with the game here, but you're making all kinds of stuff that, like, I can't make use of, and, like, how am I supposed to have fun with this and at all if this is just what we're going to be having? The reactor fragment, still use one of those most likely. Yep, we could still use even more of those, and but yeah, it's like, man, they're just, like, giving me absolutely nothing to work with here, and I don't know what to do, and there's probably something lurking around here that's gonna eat me any second now, and that's just a terrifying thing in and of itself. And some might argue that's the point of the game, and I'm like, no, the point of the game is for me to be a space pirate that's the master of this weird ocean planet. I can be I could be the master of this land if only they would give me the opportunity to do it. I just know I could. Like some sort of Disney star in a musical singing songs about how determined I am. I'm sure I could reach it to the top if the world would just give me a chance. But now that I've expressed that out loud, the hope is that chance will be given to me and I'll be able to accomplish anything. Because sometimes that's all you need, is you need to request the call for adventure. And I wouldn't even do the standard, like, deny the call to adventure. I would accept it immediately. Yes, and yes again. Answer on speakerphone as I dance around the room with celebratory excitement. So thrilled that I could have finally the chance to do exactly what I'm trying to do and what the game allegedly wants me to do. Just give me the chance, man. Put me in, coach. Let me have the success. I'm gonna keep going deeper because what else is there to do? What else can we do except go deeper and deeper and find things? What am I finding? Ooh, what's this? Something of interest here. I'm gonna pick that up. Found something. Enter the snow. Why would you do this? Enter the sea. There we go. Alright. Continue to search. Should probably get out and repair my vehicle. I'm in a position now where there's a good chance I'll get myself killed because my vehicle will just, like, explode on me. And, you know, as humorous as that could be, that would also be bad for us. I don't want to have to make another butt moth. It takes a lot of work to make something like this, and gosh darn it takes a lot of resources too. Or even am I? I'm surrounded by all kinds of, like, vents and stuff here. This is intimidating and terrifying, man. I'll tell you what. I hear screaming and horrible beings. Lava rocks shooting everywhere. Man, oh man. What's up here? Hold on, what's this? Have we been here before? What am I looking at now? Willikers, what is this? There's a lot going on over here. Holy mackerel. I'm gonna explore this for sure. This might be a next episode type of thing. We'll see how big this ends up getting. I don't even know where I found myself now. This is wacky and wild, and I don't even understand what all is happening, but we found a thing here. We can just keep going up. We might actually, I might have just gotten myself a little turned around, like, locationally. This might actually not be that big of a deal. But that's okay. We'll just get ourselves up to the surface here, and we'll repair our ship, and then we can continue searching for anything useful at all, man, on the next episode. I suppose I can probably just, like, take a minute to actually, like, you know, figure out what I'm looking for and what I need to do and all that kind of stuff. Because we're just, like, kind of wandering around doing nothing here. But for the time being, we'll say thank you for joining us. We love and appreciate every single one of you. Plan of attack, man, and be prepared for whatever it is you're trying to find and may or may not find, because there's going to be all kinds of weird stuff all over the place, and you just never know if you're going to get what you do or don't want. And I don't know, man. Have a plan. Have a plan. Always have a plan. It's a good idea. And that's all I can say. I love you, and see you in the next episode. Goodbye. No, I didn't mean to get out. Dang it. No, get back in. The hotkeys continue to be doing double duty and causing me to do weird, awkward things I'm not actually intending to do. And, you know, that might sound like an excuse, and perhaps it is, but also it's an explanation. Sometimes those two things are one and the same.